Once upon a time, there was a kind-hearted girl named Deti Mola. Her mother had passed away when she was very young, leaving her to live with her father and a stepmother who treated her cruelly. Despite Deti's gentle nature, her stepmother burdened her with more work than her small hands could manage. One day, Deti wished to attend a wedding in a nearby village with her friends. She borrowed a beautiful outfit from her stepmother, promising to take great care of it. But when the wedding day arrived and Deti opened the bundle of clothes, she found them ruined, burned through with holes. She wept bitterly, unaware that her stepmother had placed hot embers within the bundle to sabotage her. With her heart heavy, Deti stayed behind, tears streaming down her face as her friends left without her. Later, her father had to leave on a long journey. Deti was heartbroken at the thought of staying alone with her stepmother, waving goodbye to her father with tears in her eyes. After he left, her stepmother's cruelty worsened. One afternoon, as the stepmother pounded rice, she ordered, "Deti Mola, come here and wipe the grains off the edge while I pound dutifully." Deti rushed over, her tiny hands gathering the scattered grains. But each time she leaned in, the stepmother struck her hands with a heavy pestle. Deti cried out in pain, tears filling her eyes, but the stepmother only shouted, "Use your other hand," when she obeyed. The stepmother smashed that hand too. The blows continued mercilessly, her elbows, her small feet, and finally her head. When Deti could no longer move, the wicked woman dragged her to the river and drowned her. Weeks later, as Deti's father was returning home from his journey with his men, they stopped by a river to bathe. There, by the riverbank, a beautiful flower caught the father's eye. Enchanted by its beauty, he called one of his warriors to pluck it, wanting to bring it home for his beloved Deti. As the warrior reached for the flower, he was stunned to hear it speak. "Please tell my father to pluck me himself," it whispered. Bewildered, the warrior hurried back to Deti's father and recounted what had happened. Shocked, the father approached the flower. "Father, it's me," Deti, the flower whispered. "Spread a white cloth, and I will come to you." Trembling with emotion, the father laid a white cloth on the ground. A small bird fluttered down from the flower and gently landed on the cloth. Wrapping the bird carefully, he held it close to his chest and wept, heartbroken by all that had transpired. When he returned home, his wife greeted him warmly, pretending nothing was wrong. "Where is Deti Mola?" he demanded. The stepmother lied without hesitation. That useless girl went out to play with her friends and never came back. Overcome with rage and sorrow, the father confronted her, his voice trembling with anger. He banished her from his life forever. He then rushed to the wise old woman of the village, bringing the tiny bird with him. Known for her miraculous powers, the old woman carefully cradled the bird in her hands. With her ancient wisdom and gentle touch, she worked her magic, and soon Deti Mola was brought back to life. When the villagers heard what had happened, they gathered together, singing songs in awe of the miraculous tale. "Oh, the wonder of Tiola," they chanted. "A flower spoke, a daughter's soul returned." From that day forward, Deti Mola and her father lived together in happiness, their bond stronger than ever.